Welcome to the show today, where I am so honored to introduce my special guest today, Denise Lampron. She is a color and image consultant. And as you can tell by the beautiful colors that she's wearing and in her background, she knows how to express it. Welcome, Denise.
Thank you so much, Amy. It is such a delight to be here and to share these concepts with you and with our listeners. So thank you very much.
Wow. It is a mutual delight then. So,
Terrific.
first of all, Denise, I just
Yes.
have to ask, how did you get into color and image consulting?
You know, Amy, as a very young girl, I was one of those who told my mother what I was going to wear. She had great style, but I knew what I wanted. And I just kind of went along with that without any sort of formal training. As a young woman, I wanted to be in fashion, but my parents didn't think that was a very good idea. So I had to table that until I was able to pay for my own choices. So maybe 20 years ago or so, there's a wonderful woman here in Los Angeles where I currently live, and she's a magnificent stylist and colorist. And I went to her opening. She does like an invitation once a month, and I went and I sat there and I just, this is me. This is what I want to do. This is what I've always wanted to do. Like kids go to a movie and they look and they just watch the movie. They don't blink for 2 hours, and they realize in that moment that's what they want to do with their life. We've all heard stories about that. So that was kind of how it happened for me. But oh my goodness, training and finding the teachers and the commitment and working, and you know how that goes. But I
Yeah.
did it because I was driven. The why, I wanted to do this, that was what drove me to keep going and to study. And I did. And the real gift in this work for me, Amy, is being around color, but looking into the eyes of someone and seeing their presence, seeing the presence of their soul,
Mhm.
seeing their essence. I mean, that's brought me to tears. So that is my real joy in this work, and bringing it to a place where a mature woman, because that is the focus of my business, my practice here, watching her evolve and watching her transform and taking those old messages that our society is so adept at telling us that if you're over 60, forget it.
Yeah.
I'm here to say it's just getting started. Have a great time. So that's a little bit about how I got started and what I did.
Oh, that's wonderful. And hearing your passion within it, first of all, that kept you going as
Yes.
you were studying,
Yes.
and making that big commitment, and then
Hmm.
starting to, actually own your own business. It's
Hmm.
a whole other thing.
Yes, it is.
Then getting to see, as you talked about, getting to see these women
Hmm.
light up.
Hmm. Hmm.
So the physical transformation is a bit more obvious to us,
Yes.
tangible.
Yes.
But still, go ahead and explain what you see when you work with someone, and maybe even a little bit of however you want to share of your
Mhm.
process, but
Mhm.
um, and how you get to see that physical transformation, first of all.
Mhm. Mhm. So I always start with talking to a woman. Who are you? What do you want? What is your lifestyle now? And what is your message? How do
Mm,
you, and how can you be congruent with that message?
nice.
So physically, we tune into the colors of the person. If I were sitting in front of you and creating a palette, your eyes are overwhelmingly beautiful. And so that would be where I would start. I always have to find my starting place. With some women, it's their hair. With some women, it's their skin. With others, it's their body. I have
Mhm.
a client now who has the most beautiful hourglass body. And let's highlight that. Let's show that off. So what is the feature that grabs my attention that I want to work with first. And that's where I start. And that's where her physical transformation generally begins, is with that feature and the colors that will bring out her best. Yeah. So it's her coloring and it's her body. And of course, that's a hot topic for everyone, especially as we age.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be an hourglass, like everybody wants to be, in terms of seasonal color, everybody wants to be a summer because that's so feminine and beautiful. But wait a minute, we are all beautiful,
Yes.
even if we are not summers. Summer is gorgeous, but so are the other seasons. And everyone's body is beautiful. It's not your body, it's the clothes. And so let's focus on the clothing that will bring that beauty out in you and your body. So that's the physical part.
Yeah.
And that often, almost always, comes into the emotional part. How I'm feeling about myself. I'm no longer a mom. You know, I'm an empty nester. I've just retired. I've gotten divorced. Am I still attractive? How do I want to do I want to date? Do I want dating outfits? Who am I? What is my lifestyle? It goes back to that. And the feeling, oftentimes we have to work on the emotions of the individual. Well, I'm not feeling very confident. And that's one of the things that I work toward: confidence. That's so attractive. People underestimate the value of confidence. If a woman is confident, I don't care if she's 110, she's going to get noticed. Who
That's
is that? Who is that? So let's build up the confidence and use all these tools and skills we have to get you there. And when a woman looks in the mirror and she says, my eyes are shining, look at what I have on. I feel so comfortable. I feel elegant, or I feel sexy, or I feel dramatic. I mean, what's the personality here that we're honoring?
right.
You know, this brings her forward in a very confident way. And spiritually, I have to touch on that a little bit too, because traditionally, spirit has told us in some traditions that at 60, you sort of turn yourself inward, meaning that you prepare yourself for this part of life that is a little more quiet, that is a little more turned in and less visible. And I really believe that our society has changed. Women have changed. We need everyone in society participating now. We need our mature community to be present. We need their wisdom, their input. We need all of it. And so, how can we show up as mature women with a message that says we're confident? We want to be, mine is a compassionate leader. You know,
Mhm.
how do we do that? And we can do it with our clothing and our colors.
Yes. And that can kind of help open the door to
Mm-hmm,
all of this that you're
mm-hmm,
speaking of.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, and what a mix when you see that all come together.
Magic, transformational.
Yes.
Hmm. And transformation really means, I don't want that word to get lost, because transformation really means a change.
Yes.
A permanent change, not something that we're doing today because it's fun. This is very serious, grounded work that will make a difference in one's life.
Yes.
Mhm.
And lasting,
And
like
lasting.
yes.
And it's a journey. It goes on and on and on and on and on.
Yes. What a wonderful thing to be involved in, and in such a fun way. Like, I think, color and clothing
Hmm.
can be, not just utilitarian,
Hmm.
but very playful,
Hmm.
very y like you said, whatever the personality is
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
you're working with or they're going for.
Hmm. It's It's very creative. And so often people think I'm not creative, or, I'm not artistic. And we all are in our own way.
I agree.
Yes. And I just love the woman with purple hair as you get older, the woman that had purple hair. And she inspired me to write a poem. As I get older, I want to be seen in my color of green, So
Mm,
we can inspire others by our personality. And she looks wonderful with purple hair. She looks wonderful with purple hair. And what is that magical piece going to be for the woman that I'm working with? What is going to be standout for you? What's going to keep you going on those moments when society says, uh-uh, you're not being invited to the table. Your opinion isn't welcome here. You're overweight, or you're too short, or your skin isn't the right color. We all get this. I mean, historically, women and aging people are not part of the power play. And so when they can, they have tremendous contributions to make. And so that's my goal too, is to elevate people so they know what their contributions can be.
mm. I love that word elevate.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And one of my favorite words too is thrive.
Yeah.
That we can thrive in any season of life.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
that's absolutely your message when I've gone on your website and looked at your Facebook page. It's so uplifting.
Thank you very much. I think we've come to the point where, okay, enough with the survival. You
Right.
know, we've all been through that, and it's time to thrive. It
Mm,
really is. And that feels like heart energy to me,
yes.
that thriving is just very much here in my body. And how good you feel when you are thriving, you
Right.
know. We all, and that is elevating in and of itself,
Yes.
to step
Yes.
out in a place of thriving.
I agree. And so I'm thinking also for you as well as your clients, Denise,
Mhm.
on this journey
Yes.
of, starting off on something new
Mhm.
when you did just begin this journey, where did you find support within yourself, around yourself?
That's a really good question, and thank you for asking that. I had to reach out and find it. Some of my teachers were excellent in giving me support,
Mhm.
and I had to kind of venture out on my own and find people that were on a similar journey. People that I could go shopping with, or people that I could check in with regularly and say, how's it going with you? How do you feel about your hair color? Or how do you feel about this classic style? What's your opinion on this for me? Is my message congruent? Do I look too much like I'm unclear? So I had people in the community that I really bonded with that helped me understand my journey through their feedback. And
Mhm.
I'm still in the same community. I also landed on a beautiful color and style mentor that helped me tremendously. It's hard to see ourselves sometimes because we have these messages that say, I want to look like this, or I want to look like that. But this body doesn't go with that.
Right.
This hair doesn't go with that. So let's get real about who we are and build on that. And sometimes it takes a loving friend or a mentor to say, I don't think so. That's not the best thing for you. And then get real with it. Accept. I mean, that's one of the biggest things we have to do as we age, is to accept,
Yes.
lovingly accept all of it.
Yeah. And there is such freedom in acceptance.
Absolutely. Such freedom.
Yeah.
Mhm. We're
Yeah.
not trying, we're not pushing that anymore. We're not trying to be something that maybe is in the past, that maybe isn't for us. And realizing that where we are right now is the most powerful place we can ever be,
Yes.
right here, right now. And that right here and right now encompasses everything, the past and the future. So let's just stay in this lane.
Yes. Right. And in that moment, everything's okay.
Everything is okay.
Yes.
Everything is okay. You're in your right place. You're doing the right thing. You're making the right decision. Exactly.
The power of acceptance.
Acceptance. Yes.
So you have touched quite a bit about on creativity.
Mm-hmm.
In human potential,
Mm,
one study of it, considers creativity to be like the highest expression of human potential.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you care to share about your own journey with creativity or your view?
Oh, how vulnerable. Well, I'll tell you, I grew up with a musician father, and he was a master.
Oh,
And so I watched him, I observed him, and he taught, and music was his life. He really was an artist.
yeah.
I grew up in Southern California around artistic entertainment people. I worked for them. My last jobs were around a very brilliant man in technology. I mean, really, the titans of technology. So, to answer your question, I always felt that I wasn't creative because I wasn't measuring up to everyone that I saw in my life, including my mother, who was very creative in the clothing. She could sew, she did lots of sewing. So what I had to do was give myself permission to just find where it existed in me. If I have any at all, okay, universe, bring it on. And of course, it's this color and style piece. That's where I feel I can be most creative. And, we can't take anyone else where we haven't been, Amy. So I didn't think I could go in and exercise any sort of creativity with my clients until I took myself through the paces. And I made massive color and style mistakes, which I'm happy to share with people because, they meet you here and they think you've always been here.
Right.
And that I want people to know it's a journey. So my creativity is ever evolving. I get up some days and I'm charged with creativity. I mean, it can fill the room. And other days I'm like, okay, I'm not feeling like it's moving so much today, but that's okay. It doesn't mean it's gone. It's just resting. It's just resting. And so that's how I live with it. That's how and
Mm.
I'm constantly challenging myself to be creative, to think outside the box. What would be a really creative approach to this problem?
Yes.
So I'm using my mind and I'm using my heart energy.
Mhm.
And that's something that I had to do too, is kind of move from my head to my heart as I got older and stopped thinking in ways that really weren't serving me and comparing myself to others. This is the truth. That's
Right.
where the truth is for me. And being my authentic self really does have creativity. And I had to ask myself, what does that mean? What does authenticity mean for me? And that's telling the truth, being truthful with myself. And then I can emerge. All of me can emerge. And I think that is a creative process in and of itself, is to allow yourself to emerge.
Allow yourself to emerge. I love that. Makes me think of a butterfly too, and
Yeah.
that
Yes.
whole process
Transformation.
is so
Yes.
yes,
Hmm. Hmm.
yes.
Exactly. And we get so much more interesting as we get older. So much more.
No, there's more. There's
Yeah,
more.
just more. Hmm.
Yes,
Hmm.
which is something that we both share, that belief in the more,
Yes.
that
The possibility.
yes,
Endless possibilities.
endless possibilities,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Hmm.
And so on this around this idea of creativity,
Hmm.
and as we're kind of wrapping this all up, thinking of I feel like there's a lot of creative energy in spring,
Mm. Hmm.
and looking at spring through your eyes with color and image consulting, is there anything that you would like to talk about around spring? Or even, I love this, you used this term earlier, kind of giving permission
Hmm.
that you could illuminate for us about moving into spring, thinking about whether it's colors or clothing, um, and kind of that essence of spring for inspiration.
Mm. Spring is a lovely time of year. If we think of that season, we're coming out of winter where we're wearing heavy clothes. It's cold. And of course, this depends on where you live, but generally speaking, winter is a little cooler than spring. So thinking about a light fabric, really letting your body breathe now. You don't have to be
Mhm.
covered up. Soaking up the sun, looking at the buds that are coming on the trees that are green. So it's life affirming, and wearing colors that resonate with that. Maybe, for you it might be your eye color, for someone else it might be a pastel, so a lighter color. We tend to wear darker colors in the winter, so letting go of the blacks, the purples and the blues, and putting on pastels of those colors. And then clothing that feels good on the body. We've been weighted down, so the energy of a spring is light and buoyant. So that feeling, bringing that feeling to your clothing and to your colors, and so that you're kind of mirroring nature, and coming out with that. Those would be my thoughts about spring.
Oh, that is so fun and so inspiring.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, spring
Yeah,
is a great transition because there's such a difference between winter and spring.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Thank you for wrapping that all up with your wisdom and the also tapping into the nature of it as well.
Nature is such a guide for us. Yes.
Absolutely, I agree.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would like to add before we finish up the show today, Denise?
I think, Amy, what I'd like to say to all the women out there, um, and particularly the mature woman, is that when you are your authentic, beautiful self, just by walking down the street, you are changing the paradigm on aging. So I want to thank all the women that are stepping into their power as they age, honoring their value, self-worth, and wisdom. Thank you.
Mm. Oh, Denise, that was just lovely. That really moved me.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity. It's been such a delight here.
Thank you so much for taking the time, sharing with us all. And for the listener, I just want to remind you that information and inspiration need some integration before you can experience that transformation. So think about what really landed for you here today, and then give yourself some space to integrate that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you again, Denise.
It's my pleasure.
All right, as we sign off, know yourself, be yourself, free yourself. Until next time.
Until next time, bye for now.
All right. Yay.
Okay, great.
That
Oh,
was so good.
thank you, Amy. Are you sure it's okay? I'm so
Oh,
okay.
you know how I know? Because I'm inspired.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for the great questions, for your peace, for the way you conducted the interview, the energy that you held. I
Oh,
appreciate that.
well, thank you. I just watch you get animated and I get all excited too because you are so passionate about this.
Oh, I am. I
Yes.
am, everybody, you're the coach. Get them to their passion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's, hmm
Oh my goodness, right?
hmm
Oh, our aliveness.
yes, our aliveness, our vivaciousness. Yes.
Yes.
hmm
Yes.
hmm
Oh,
Such a gift. Such a gift.
such a gift.
Oh, Amy, this was so
Woo.
good. Are we still going? Oh yeah, we're
Yep,
still
we're still going. I'm gonna cut this chunk out and
okay.
then we'll get ready to do our little piece for promo, and then
Okay.
once I get it edited, then I'll send that little promo to you as well.
Okay.
And then as soon as, it's looking like things will get rolling for the network, um, within the next 4 to 6 weeks. And
Mhm.
so end of March, beginning of April will
Mhm.
be about the time that this will come out, but I'll give you a heads up.
Okay.
Um, and I'm so
Yes.
excited, and I
Good.
am fully honored. I just feel like, again, the universe, this is no accident
I agree.
that you are. So I've got people on the calendar, but you are my first official interview, and I couldn't be more happy. I mean, I just feel like it is so right.
Oh, that's it
I'm
really
thanking you, I'm thanking the universe, and
it really came through nicely, just your email and the fact how we met. I find that really wonderful and interesting. I'm so delighted to have met you, and I certainly hope that we can stay in touch and,
I do
you
too.
know, just who knows where it can go because SheForce just speaks to me, that is something and the human potential and getting people, not getting them, but guiding them toward that, that it is possible.
Yes, yes,
So much, they have so much to offer. The world needs them.
yes. If not now, when? Isn't that
If
what
not
you
now,
say?
when?
Yes.
Yes. Mhm. Absolutely.
Yes.
Mhm.
Um, so if you do have an email list, please feel free to add me to your email list. I
Okay.
I would love to hear of anything. I know you've got some things coming up that are
Mhm.
going on, and,
Mhm.
wouldn't it be fun someday if we get to be at the same place and meet each other in person?
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Ah!
Yes. Are you a Lake Tahoe person, or were you on holiday or what?
Yeah, I did go there to a retreat last year.
Okay. Mhm. Isn't it a fabulous
Oh
place?
my goodness.
Mhm.
Was
Water.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah, and
Okay.
the smell of those trees,
Mhm. Yes. And please put me on your list.
Okay, I will, thank you, thank
Mhm.
you.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, do we need to do an intro or
Okay, yep, so we'll do, a quick little I will just say, you know, I gotta get my words together here.
Me too, me
I'll
too.
just Yeah,
Okay, so what we really talked about, um, creativity.
mhm,
We talked about creativity. So Amy and I talked about so you're the human potential, and I'm empowering the experience of aging through color and style.
mhm.
What if I say that?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Okay.
That is wonderful. Alright,
Okay.
here we go. Hey, welcome. Amy and Denise here, just wanting to share a little bit. We just got done with our interview,
It's great.
and we want to prep you to watch when this comes out. Denise, do you want to share a little bit about what we chatted on today?
Oh my, it was such fun, Amy. We talked about empowering the experience of aging through color and style, the value of the mature woman. Oh, lots of juicy topics. You're going to love it. People are going to really
Absolutely.
enjoy it.
Yes, can't wait.
Yes. See you there.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you, Denise.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy. Oh my
We're
goodness.
doing it.
Yes. Yes. We just did it.
We just did it.
Oh, thank you.
Ah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Relax. Yes. Just kind of
Yes,
relax now. Mhm.
yes,
The
exactly.
maiden voyage is done.
Yes.
And I wanted to also tell you, Amy,
Yeah,
as you edit this, if you're feeling like, "Ugh, this didn't translate the way I thought it would, just let me know.
okay.
I'm happy to redo, retake, whatever you need.
Well, thank you.
Mhm.
I just feel like the flow was beautiful, the
Synergy is good.
words, the timing, the
Mhm,
synergy, the topics.
mhm. And there's so much more to talk about too.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yes.
So many.
So,
To
Oh,
be
you know what would
continued.
be fun? Every season.
Oh, yes. 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 Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mm. And I also have PDFs and freebies that I'm willing to share with your audience too.
Oh,
So that, you know, just down the line thinking.
that sounds great. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna hit the end record. I'm not sure
Yes,
what
yes.
what
Okay,
happened.
if